This is the Rose Garden. It's your boy Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3. And today, y'all already know who I got with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey man, y'all already know what time it is, man. It's time to style by Sean. Success is a mindset. My name is Keshawn Brown. I'm a barber and a motivational speaker. Y'all tap in.
Alright, that's love. That's love. Before we even get started into the barbering and the motivational speaking, kind of tell people the background of just Keshawn the person.
Keshawn the person. Well, I'm from Fort Valley, Georgia. I'm 22 years old. I started barbering in 11th grade. Honestly, like I said, I started as a side hustle on the side, and just really to get some extra money in high school. But I ended up falling in love with it as a passion, and I had a love for speaking to people. And so I just kind of put the two and two together. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur because I never wanted to be limited in life. And so, hey, we here.
Alright, that's love. So let's jump into the barbering, man. As you said, you started in like 11th grade. How old? 11th grade, what is you, like 17, 16,
Yeah,
17?
like 17.
Explain your first haircut for us. How did that even come about, man? How did that go?
First haircut, man, honestly. So if we being technical, my first haircut was literally probably on myself. And so I started out practicing on myself because I'm self-taught. So I learned how to cut hair from YouTube, literally. And so my first haircut, like that was on another person, was actually, let me see. What? That's tough, because somebody would be mad at me if I said the wrong name.
You ain't gotta say the name, but like how the haircut itself went. Like,
alright, so this is how it started. I had 3 people after work one day. I used to work at Food Depot. And so when I got out of work, these guys, they was like, man, you cut hair, yeah. Cause they seen my hair, cause I had cut my hair just before I went to work.
You got work bragging a little bit.
I would hold my head down a little bit so they could see it with it, you know what I'm saying? And so the whole day, you know what I'm saying, they was like, yeah, man, I might try you out, cause we all need haircut. So they ended up coming over to the house in my mama's garage, man. It had to be every bit of 30 degrees outside. Man, it took me 2 hours, all 3 haircuts, to get it done, bro. It was freezing out there, I was cold. I didn't know what I was doing.
was it just the even on lows or they get fade?
They were getting fade, they were getting skin fade, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Everybody was getting high skin fade. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I was just cutting hair till I didn't see no more, and I just lined them up. Cause really and truly, I mean, you know what I'm saying, with our culture, lineups and everything important. You know what I'm saying? So if the lineup is straight, you might look at it and be like, hey,
a good lineup can have a bad haircut, yo. A good lineup can have a bad haircut.
I can't cap, I ain't know what I was doing, bro.
So when you was using guards, you did just like, I don't see more hair, I'm good.
I was using guards, but like, the guards that I had, like, okay, so I grew up watching 360 G's on YouTube, and so, like, really and truly, I was fading the whole time, and like, I'm trying to do it like exactly how he did it, but it's like, every time I did it, it's like, more hair was just getting cut off than what I wanted. So I was just like, I just kept on to going around. I hit the same spot like 30 times, like. And so it was just a process, man, really. It took a long time. Like I said, each haircut took about 2 hours. I got the line up straight. They all came back, ended up being my clients.
Hey, they came back and it was a good haircut then.
Yeah.
Now back then, because you know prices don't went up. How much did you charge back then? Did you start back in the 10 a haircut?
About 7 and 10. So I was charging about 7 and 10 for what I was doing. I want to say all 3 of those, I might have charged them $7 each.
See, that's how long you been doing it. You can't even call nobody talking about you got $7 no more.
Well, what?
You can't even get I remember back in the day when the tape lines was 10 and the haircuts was 15. You can't even call nobody talking about you got 10 for anything.
For anything.
You can't even get a deposit for that. Now, so you already I think you already said it though. You one of the best young barbers around here doing your thing.
Man, you already know. I let the people speak though. You know, I don't really say that, but I've been grinding. I say that.
Man, sure. If you ain't gonna say it, who else gonna say it for you?
For sure.
So let people know, man. I think you might already said it in your introduction, but where you currently cutting hair at right now?
Actually, man, I'm cutting at Old World Barbershop in Warner Robins, and also we have a location in downtown Macon also. So shout out Old World Barbershop. That's where I'm at. I'm located 1240 South Houston Lake Road in Warner Robins, and 385 Cotton Avenue in downtown Macon. Y'all make sure y'all come see me.
So you at both shops now?
Yeah,
I didn't know you was at both shops.
On Mondays, I'm in downtown Macon. So tomorrow I'll be in Macon. And then Wednesday through Saturday, I'm in Warner Robins, 9 to 7.
Alright, so do you specialize? I know some barbers like specialize in certain hair types. Do you specialize in any hair type?
Honestly, I cut all textures of hair, but I do specialize in like curly hair, coarse hair, like in like as far as like skin fade, like clean line, enhancement, beard, whatever you need, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna ask a question, man. Why do some barbers specialize in certain hairs? Is it just easier to cut some hairs, or?
Honestly, it is. Like I would say, every haircut I try my best. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more so like experienced in cutting like curly hair though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So cause I've been cutting hair, like I say, 5 years, but I'm really just starting to tap into cutting like straight hair a lot more. So Old World is like a very diverse barbershop, and so that's the reason why I joined Old World and the team, because of the fact that the diversity there is like it's top of the line. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the probably the most diverse barbershop in Middle Georgia. So
that's what's up. So what would you say is your best haircut? Like if somebody needed to come to you and you was gonna do the best job, what you do best? Do you do the fades best?
The whole nine, like the line up gonna be on point, the fade gonna be on point, and then I mean honestly, I try my best at every haircut that I do. Even if it's a haircut I'm not familiar with, the basics can get you, you know what I'm saying, done. You know what I'm saying? It can get you done. Like when it comes down to style and everything, that takes time, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty well rounded as far as like everything. But I wouldn't say a skin fade or like a high like a temp fade or anything like that. I'm on point.
That makes sense. That's usually what people get anyway.
Yeah,
So
like,
it's probably just what you do.
Yeah, I gotta say that's what I do most of the time. So it's like really like I said, whatever most common. So.
Now, has somebody ever sat down in your chair wanting like a hairstyle you ain't never did, and you like, I don't know, but you tried it anyway?
Yeah, that a lot of times. So first time I ever cut somebody's hair, and they wanted a heart in their head. No, nah, you not. I have the worst handwriting. I'm a barber. I'm really good with the lines. I told you I'm really good with the lineups and everything like that. But when it comes down to actually, my handwriting is the worst, and I cannot draw. So if anybody tell you just because you can draw, you can cut hair, they probably lying to you. Because at the end of the day, man, so I did this hard in this kid's head, man. He still comes to me to this day. I tried the heart for the first time. I told him, off the rip, I said, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really know how to do it. I ain't gonna lie. I can never draw a heart in school. And so I did the heart. And I started on it or whatever. And I had like halfway through. And it kind of looked like it was gonna come out good. I ended up cutting the heart in half. And look, man, it looked like a totally different design. It came out super big and lopsided. It made it look like it looked like a balled up piece of paper. It didn't even look like no heart at all. So fast forward to that story, man. The next 2-3 times he came, he still asked for the same haircut, and I got the heart down pat, enhanced it, lined it up, everything, took pictures of it. So I mean, it's all about, you know what I'm saying, continue to try something, you know what I'm saying, like, because at the end of the day you may mess up the first time, but you just have to believe in yourself and continue to try it. And if somebody give you the chance, take the chance.
I like that. So what's the plans with this barbering? Are we planning to open our own shop one day? Where you planning to take this?
Man, I plan on taking it as far as I can take it, honestly, man. Honestly, I'm an entrepreneur. I love barbering. I love speaking to people. One of the main things I love doing is putting my brand out. Like every time y'all hit me, y'all gonna always hear me say Platinum Style by Sean. I mean, one of the things about this is the fact that I do a lot of advertisement, pushing myself as a person for who I am. Like I said, I am a barber. I sell like merchandise and everything like that with my brand, because I really, you know what I'm saying, I really want to just get the brand out there itself. I want to open up my own business. I want to be a investor. I want to own some real estate. I want to do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, but barbering is my vehicle to get me where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
I like that answer.
Honestly.
So I got a couple of general questions. Since I'm sitting here with a barber, I figure I might as well answer. How often should I get my hair cut to keep it looking fresh?
I would say every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
Now I like to get my hair cut every week. Is that bad?
I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't necessarily say it's bad, but the best, if you're looking for the best turnaround and the best results for the freshness of a haircut, you want to wait 2 weeks. Simply because like every week, depending on if you always go, do you always go to the same barber?
Yeah.
Alright, so like since you always go to the same barber, most of the time they gonna kind of stay within the realms of where they could at last. You know what I'm saying? But if you end up going somebody else the next time, and then you want to go back to your barber the following week after,
different people just doing different things.
It's just different people doing different things. You know what I'm saying? And 2 weeks give your hair a lot more time to grow back than the 1 week, just because 1 week you still can kind of see what the barber last did, but 2 weeks for sure is a fresh canvas.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So let's say a client complains about the final result of their haircut. How do you resolve it? Like they look at their haircut, they say, "Brian, feeling this. What do you do?"
I ask them, you know what I'm saying, because customer service is very important in barbering. Any source of like, you know, entrepreneurship or a business owner, you would want to ask me personally. I would say, you know, like, is there anything I can do to fix it, like different, like. I tell them, you know what I'm saying, most of the time what I do is before a client even gets up out the chair, I spin them around, I give them the mirror, the small mirror and so they can look in the big mirror too, and I spin my whole 360 around, just so I can make sure everything is good, that I double check with them to make sure, like, you sure it's straight. If they say, yeah, we good, but if it's a problem, like I said, I can't fix it, push come to shove, they feel like they don't want me to fix it, honestly, I may resort in saying like, well, the next go around I may give them a free haircut, or you know what I'm saying, if it's something that I can fix, I just fix it right there on the spot, you know.
So let me ask you this. Let's say they just not feeling the haircut. You did everything right. They just ain't feeling it for that reason. They say, Brian, paying you. You ever had that situation?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm a pretty good barber way around it. I have had a few cases where people then kind of, you know what I'm saying, they might, okay, this is one time, I cut this kid's hair, right? It was like a small kid. It was late, it was my last time. I think I squeezed them in too, like, you know what I'm saying, they came to the barbershop. And me personally, I'm one of those barbers, I try things sometimes. Like, cause I already know I can get the end result to be the same most of the time. So I try different stuff sometimes. So I tried a different technique with this like kid. I think he had been like every bit of 4 or 5. I ended up, I was cutting the top. I was already done with the haircut and everything. I don't know why I was doing it. But I had these big shears, but it was kind of,
it sounded like this was your fault, bro.
Yeah, it was my fault, man. And so I was done with the haircut and everything, man. And I seen these little hairs at the top of his hair, because he had like little baby hair sticking up. And I was trying to like shear cut at the top, like trying to get the little ends. Y'all probably see on Instagram when the barbers kind of go over the top of the haircut just to get the split ends off. I did that to the kid, man. I ended up nicking him on the head. Man, so really the haircut was good and everything like that. And I told the client, like, honestly, I felt bad about it. I was like, because the kid, he didn't cry about anything. He kind of flinched a little bit, but I ended up seeing it a little bit. So I was like, oh man, you know what? I gotta let the parents know, you know what I'm saying, I nicked him and everything. Because they wouldn't even knew. Like, that's how small it was. It was very small. You know what I'm saying? And other part, they probably wouldn't even told him. Like, honestly,
I'm pretty sure I got nicked a few times.
Yeah, like
it's just kind of getting a haircut.
You don't even feel it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And so I ended up nicking him. And then the guy, he ended up kind of being slick and was saying like, well, since you nicked him, you think you can give us a couple dollars off this haircut? They ain't really want to pay me full price anyway for it. And then since I nicked him, they gave him all the reason not to, you know what I'm saying, not to want to do it. So I was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, it's fine, whatever. You know, so I took like $5 off the haircut or whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying, that was it.
Did they come back to you?
I think they have came back to the barbershop. They haven't came back to me personally, I don't think, but I think that I have seen them come back to the barbershop, but I just think we ain't have no openings, because most of the time people book us. We'll be busy.
Gotcha. That's your character too, man. Hey, man, that's on me. You know what I go.
Yeah, I just had to be the bigger person, honestly, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was like, man, you know,
especially I squeezed you in. I already did you.
I already did your favor, man. Like,
I feel that. So, let me ask you, I'll put you on the spot again. You got a client who hairline is receding. Do you tell them that, or you just do their haircut?
I mean, I don't necessarily tell them, because they can look in the mirror, they already know. but I mean, I'm like, all right, bro, because man, if I got a client right now, man, that his hairline kind of receding, and instead of me like enhancing everything, I just kind of want to keep it natural. That's how I just tell them, like, yeah, man, it's a little lighter here. And that's why I do the enhancement services, because a lot of times people, they are receding, and so they want their haircut to be more of a fuller look. We do the color enhancements. You can get temporary color enhancement, will last you like maybe a day or so.
Is that stuff y'all be spraying?
Yeah, like they spray, and then you use hair fiber. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So one is temporary, or one is semi, you know what I'm saying? So semi can last you up to about a week, but the temporary can probably last you maybe a day or two. And so, Yeah, I tell them, bro, I let them know.
I can line you up, but you gonna be back here, bro.
Yeah, or I can line you up, but it's gonna be a little light, bro. So if you want me to like go into it, you know what I'm saying, I can do that too, but it's gonna be considered a pushback.
Gotcha. So 2 clients arrive at the same time for you. You check your calendar, you realize it's your fault. They booked at the same time. Mm-hmm. How do you resolve that? Both of them said they ain't got no time to wait.
Okay, so I work in a barbershop that's about 15, 20 barbers, and so what I would do, yeah.
I ain't never been there. Is it big? Cause I'm like, I know most places have like 4 or 5 barbers.
It's pretty big. It's pretty spacey, man. And then we got a second location now too.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But the first location, on average, it's about 15 barbers on the floor at the same time. Yep. And so what I do is, like I say, like if two people ride at the same time, it has happened to me before. If one of them has a little bit more time than the other one, I will, you know what I'm saying, I will go ahead and be like, well, you mind if I cut him, first, and then, you know, so I get you next, and I may, you know, so I may take some out the haircut, or I may just be like, well, you know what, bro, do you mind if I reschedule for another day, because it's totally my fault that, you know what I'm saying, the time kind of got screwed up. Or I would go to even saying that, well, if any of my other barbers have any availability at this moment, I will get you get a haircut with them, and then I take the other one. You know?
Gotcha, that makes sense.
Yeah, cause you know what I'm saying, you just kind of gotta like work with it, man. Things happen, man. Life, you know what I mean, we human. So
that's a fact. Do you have any mentors when it comes to barbering? Anybody like that?
Honestly, man, yeah. This guy is from Fort Valley. His name is Sean. Calling the Soft Doctor. Shout out to Sean, Fort Valley, Major Barbershop. Honestly, man.
So your name's Sean, and you got a mentor named Sean.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Sean, man, he been cutting for a while, and so I used to go to him at like when I was in high school and everything, and so before we had this thing called capstone in high school. You had to pick what career you want to take and everything like that. So I ended up picking barbering, like aircraft mechanics. So barbering was something that I really always wanted to do, but aircraft mechanics was something that I felt like I would have made it happen, and it would mainly just been for the money, honestly. I ain't really interested in doing planes, like working on planes. But if I got to, I would. You know what I'm saying? Like that, especially if I enjoy it and the money good enough. You know? And so I used to go to the barbershop like every day after school and just stand up there and watch him, and he was the only barber, the first barber and only barber that made me feel that I was, you know what I'm saying, I was okay to come up there and actually watch him, and he ain't mind, like he ain't feel like he ain't feel like it was like any hate coming from me or anything that I was trying to like sabotage and take over the clientele, cause he had plenty of clientele, so it was just like, at the end of the day, he knew that I was a young person, a young kid just willing to learn and ready to work, you know what I'm saying, so he took me out under his wing. He said I can come in there any day, anytime, you know what I'm saying, every time I came in there, he always gave me good advice about cutting hair. And then I started in the kitchen at the house, and then I kept practicing from there. So I'm here now.
That's dope. So we sit here telling how talented you are as a barber. Who are some other local talented barbers that you know of?
Man, well, of course, you know what I'm saying, over barbershop, we got 20 barbers, and we one of the best barbershops around here, middle, hands down. You know what I'm saying? But like I would say, man, I know so many barbers that are talented, man. Shout out 478, whole Middle Georgia area. Like we really have some talented barbers in this area, man. I would say my guy Zeke, Ezekiel the groomer. He's great.
He just opened his own shop too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. I would say, let's see, man. Like I said, my guy J-Bo, man, he's awesome. My guy J-Bo, Beards and Shears down here, I think in one of Robbins. At the end of one of Robbins down there on Watson. The list goes on, man.
I gotta shout out my own personal barber as well. Shout out my boy Bird, man, Fly Groom, and I had to say, I'd be wrong, be talking about Groom and say nothing about my own barber.
Oh, for sure, man. Shout out my guy Will Fly Grooming, man. I'm telling you. He's matter of fact, he's at House of Phase now. I won't say he's at House of Phase now. And so my guy Will, I know so.
Oh yeah, Will dope. I remember Will. Yeah, Will fire too.
Yeah, for sure. Man, and my guy, shout out my boy Craig, man, over at Barbershop. He say every time I come on the podcast, he don't never he'll never get the shout out from me. So you know I gotta shout out my boy, man, for sure.
Technically, you ain't on the podcast right now. You on the Rose Guard, so you still ain't shouting him out on the podcast yet. So
Well, the Rose Guard, I'm still giving you flowers, man.
Keep on him, Craig. He still ain't shouted you out on the podcast.
Chill out, man.
So, what would you consider a fair price for a ball to be paid?
A fair price?
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man.
At minimum 30.
Oh, tip included or just 30?
Well, if you just, when you say tip, because everybody don't tip, they barber. You see what I'm saying?
I said, I don't get that. Two people you always supposed to keep happy. Your girl and your barber.
Yeah, that's real.
And really, I mean, as long as you keep your barber happy, you probably can always give another girl. So it's like, that's like, hey, let's be real though. So I ain't never get why people don't tip their barber, man.
Yeah, but, man. I would say minimum price though. I feel like for a barber that's actually up to par, you know what I'm saying? Today's time, minimum $30. Yeah, I feel like
that. Plus a tip, man. Tip y'all barber.
Plus a tip. Y'all need a tip. Cause you already know, like with tips, we do be watching.
Yeah,
you ain't tipping, you will get an express cut next time.
Yeah, that's just business. Like, yo, I could do a little bit more for you. But
I'm doing extra for you, so you should, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's my slogan this year. Either we both showing love or we both doing business.
Robin said it.
Hey, this is what you paid for right here. He paid a little extra, so I'm gonna take my time with him.
I'm gonna take my time, for sure.
That's what happened. So,
time and money.
Let's get past the barber now. Let's jump right into every time you on the podcast, it takes over every episode you on. Success is a mindset, man. Where did that come from, man?
Man, honestly, man, it just came from me. I just felt like during the pandemic and a little bit before that, man, I just had to get my mind right, honestly. And so coming into the barbershop, man, my first barbershop I was in, shout out KB Barber and Salon 901 Gun Road. They gave me my first opportunity to be a barber and that was my first barbershop. And so what happened was, man, I had started in that barbershop. And the first month or so, man, this was my first time actually being in, and I was coming from the house, from the kitchen, going from paying a booth rent to paying like no rent, you know what I'm saying? When and so it was like $85. It was like $85, you know what I'm saying?
It was bad for the month.
It was great. Yeah, no, for the week.
Oh, but I thought booth rent be kind of like.
It was like $340 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, man, I ended up leaving after my first month, I ended up leaving at first. And I just, you know what I'm saying, I was like, man, this ain't working out for me because I really didn't have that much clientele. I'm from Fort Valley and I had a lot of kid clients. So me coming to Barber and Centerville,
couldn't get there.
They just couldn't get there. And so I was kind of basically starting over from ground zero. So once I did that, I ended up, like I said, I left the barbershop. And I ended up going back like a couple months, like a month or two after. You know, so I started back cutting in the house. And then I kind of changed. I had to get my mindset back right. So I had to kind of really change the way I was thinking about things from the smaller picture and just look at it from a big standpoint. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can only, your environment can limit you. You know what I'm saying? Because you working in the house, I mean, me personally, I don't want everybody in my house.
Hey, you know, that's why we trying to get on a real builder, man. You know how I feel, man. You see how they slow down, like, I don't want everybody. They looking around, it's nice to hear, don't you comfortable.
Your energy is important, man, you know what I'm saying? And when you bring other people around, you know what I'm saying, your energy, your environment where you live at, and stuff like that, it can get hectic, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I can't play that. So, like, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, I had to expand, you know what I'm saying, I had to expand my mindset. I had to get out there, and I actually had to get out there and advertise myself, like actually make it work. Cause at first it wasn't working for me, but it was the reason why it wasn't working for me. You know what I'm saying? So this time I just came back with a whole new mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like I got out, I made my own business card. I
got your business card.
Everywhere I go, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see.
Gotta have it.
You gotta have a business card, man. So everywhere I go, every day I wake up, I gotta have some business cards. Something is my brand, my logo, my number. Yeah, man, so like I said, man, every day I wake up now, I got out, made business cards, advertised myself. I came up with the clothing brand myself, the logo, and then I came up with the success is the mindset. The reason why I came up with the success is the mindset, because once I changed my mindset, I changed my life, you know. At the end of the day, I started, you know what I'm saying, I was just being a barber cutting at the house, but now, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my second barbershop. I'm in one of the best barbershops in Middle Georgia. Me personally, I feel like I'm one of the best barbers in the world. Like honestly, I mean, but you can only put that on yourself, though. I mean, it's all about who you are, what you think of yourself. at the end of the day, I feel like I'm the best person I can be. And honestly, every day I wake up, it's another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So every day we grinding. And so success is a mindset. Because if you look back on me from 2-3 years ago, and you look at me now, it's a totally different barber. And if you look at me 5-10 years down the road, you're gonna see a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? But it's always gonna be how to stop by Sean, because success is a mindset.
Killing it right now. I like that. My next question was what inspires you, but you just kind of said what inspires you to wake up every day, get better, and do what you want to do.
I still got a little something on there too. Alright, so me personally, man, I would say what inspires me really, man, is being able to get up every day and do something that I love to do. Honestly, I started with the motivational speaking because once I gave the impact on myself and I was able to put myself out there, I realized, everything is a mindset. So when, if I can influence other people to have a great mindset and feel good about themselves, because I can do it with the barber, but I can do it with my words also because I'm blessed with it, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, as I say, I love speaking, I love putting positive energy out in the atmosphere, because the world, it's a world full of sin, there's a whole lot of negativity. So when you put positivity in the atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, you get what you put in, At the end of the day, the world needs it, I need it, you know what I'm saying? And so we all living, you know what I'm saying, for one purpose. We all have one thing, we all have two things in common, is to actually start life and actually end life. We got one day, you don't know when the date is, so you gotta live every day to the fullest.
That's a fact, man. You killing it right now, bro. I don't even need to ask questions.
It's what I do.
I was gonna say, what made you want to become a motivational speaker? But yeah, you see it. This is just you.
Honestly, man, this is a natural thing. I see a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, all the time, especially social media these days. It's a lot of acting. It's a lot of people that's not really true to themselves. Me personally, I'm not a perfect person. I make mistakes, but at the end of the day, I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? I was made unique, and I feel like every individual in the world is awesome. So, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta show what God gave you. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you actually look up to, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta show that. You know what I'm saying? Because you only live one life. You just gotta continue to just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? The world closed mouth don't get fed. The world never know what you do if you don't never put it out there. So that's why we here. Talk to me nice.
That's a fact. And the thing, man, you like the perfect person to be a motivational speaker. Because a lot of people, you can say the words, but that don't mean people really take them in. You gotta be a genuine person. People gotta believe. You actually believe what you say. I can repeat everything you saying, but I'm not you. It may not come off the same way. People gotta see, every day he out here saying it, he out here doing it. He's not just talking. It's actions that come with it, man.
Exactly.
So, man, I appreciate what you're doing for people, man, who don't know. People don't know how much you go out your way for others.
Exactly.
That's another thing. You don't really say it.
Right.
Unless you just know it, you won't know it, kind of thing. So,
exactly.
Man, if nobody else told you, man, we appreciate what you're doing, man. You're a great barber. You're an even better person, man. So just keep doing what you're doing, motivating these people, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Now, let me ask you this, though. How do you make sure when you're doing these motivational speeches that you are, like I said, people who know you already know, we can listen because it's a certain level of respect because we know you. Right. How do you make sure that you're reaching the people maybe who don't know you so you don't get that benefit of the doubt? How do you make sure your speeches can still reach them?
Well, honestly, man, like I said, I'm on all social media platforms. We on the Talk to Me Nice podcast right now. We going crazy. You already know this one going viral for sure.
That's a fact.
And we going all over YouTube. You know, YouTube is one of the biggest search engines you can have. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, if you Google me, you know what I'm saying, Platinum Style by Sean, it's gonna pop up. Like I say, TikTok is a huge thing. Matter of fact, I just did I went and spoke to a school, man. Shout out to Houston County Win Academy for having me. I went out and inspired the kids, man. So things like that, just getting out in the community, man. Shout out over at Barbershop. You already know we got a whole barbershop full of champions. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you know what I'm saying, honestly, people see me, they see me in the streets, they see me at the barbershop, they see me on social media sites, they see me on YouTube. Talk to Me Nice podcast, you already know it's gonna go crazy. All social media platforms are gonna go crazy. So just, you know what I'm saying, just being me, man, and I post just about every day, bro. Every day, ever since the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of times in the beginning where I feel like people didn't see me, but I just had to continue to believe in the dream, you know what I'm saying? Because dream without a plan, you know what I'm saying? It's a dream.
I tell people all the time, man, you got a lot of people watching you. I'm like, yeah, it's true. I could care less though if it was one person watching. If that one person got what they needed to do,
exactly.
Got what they needed, then hey, mission accomplished.
Exactly.
So the floor is yours, open anything you want to touch on that we didn't touch on? Anything you need to announce? Anything you need to say?
Man, honestly, I ain't got nothing. You asked some great questions, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in and Talk to Me Nice podcast. Y'all make sure y'all click the like button, subscribe, whatever. You know, and I'm thankful for everybody who showed love to me as a person, as a barber, as a motivational speaker. Just giving me the chance that I need in order to get where I'm at today. Sure.
Now, you know we here on the Rose Garden. We sat here making sure everybody know all the great things you're doing. Make sure you know you appreciate it. You know how every episode ends though. I need you to tell somebody. You ain't got to know them personally. You just see them working and passing. That you see them, you see what they doing. Basically, you know, in the Rose Garden out, but you giving somebody else their flowers. So.
Hey man, shout out my girl Nene the Barber at KB Barber and Salon. Yeah, that's my girl right there. I would say for Nene, that was my right hand girl, man. She came in the barbershop after I came in the barbershop, and she was one of the people that kind of took up under my wing that I inspired to actually start cutting hair. And once she took that leap of faith, you know what I'm saying, she over right now. So just like, you know what I'm saying, just seeing that's the type of stuff I want to do on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying, because eventually, you know what I'm saying, like, I can't do it all. I can't cut all the clients in the world. And it's like at the end of the day, if I can help somebody else get to where I am, you know what I'm saying, and come up in life, that's what I want to do. So shout out my girl Nene the Barber. She working.
Well, if you don't have nothing else to say, my name is Lawrence Ray, and this was the Rose Garden.